Peace, blessings, much respect, much love. It's the boy, the Ghetto Guru, aka Shango, coming back with a second video of the day. If you ain't see the first one, I hope everything is well with y'all. Hope you're having a good day. If not, hope the rest of your day get better. But I got a second video for y'all, so I'm gonna get straight into it. So I was talking about the Cancer new moon energy today in my first video, and being mindful of that and being careful of popping out, but thinking in a sexual way, as far as like, yo, I'm looking sexy, I'm looking good, I'm feeling good. Be mindful of that, because the energy is amplified even more. So if you are just thinking like that and you dressing up, nothing wrong with dressing up right now and popping out, but just be mindful what you're thinking, because it's going to send the wrong message to people, and people are going to be approaching you in a different way, because the energy is amplified right now because of Cancer season and the Cancer new moon. So if you are going to pop out, just think like, oh, yo, I'm looking good, I'm looking handsome, I'm looking beautiful, I'm looking gorgeous, and you're going to get a different result. Or even if you just popping out, you're dressing up, but you're just thinking like, yo, I'm just chilling, relaxing, people are going to approach you in a different way, or just let you rock out and just do you. But this one is going to be about imposters. So it's just straightforward. This video is titled Imposters in This Season. So what I was getting for this download was that because we're in the water sign season and the energies are amplified even more, a lot of people, we spoke about this previously, and I'm pretty sure y'all heard this from other people and other people that got channels about people getting exposed during the beginning of the year. But I feel like in this season, the way people getting exposed is even more intense and amplified because of the water sign of Cancer. Like I said, water amplifies everything. If you meditating in the bath, it amplifies it more. If you praying in the shower, it amplifies it more, and it makes it even more potent. So this is what I'm saying. When it comes to imposters, I feel like a lot of people are going to get exposed even more, or a lot of people, thank God for, I forget that. That's the phrase I was getting when I was hearing that, like, people can't hold water, or the water runs deep. What else I was hearing? People talking too much, because that's a water sign. Like I said, people can't hold water, or the water runs deep. So a few examples of that. When I'm talking about imposters, like you seen Kendrick released a video yesterday. So that's him, and then in the video he's exposing every lie that Drake was saying on the song. In the video and the visuals. But that's what I mean by the exposure, and imposters are getting exposed at a different rate than they were in the beginning of this year, when we seen other people getting exposed and stepping down from positions, or coming out trying to apologize for something they got exposed for. So not only that, but also if y'all seen Ryan Garcia, that's what I mean by, that's what I was channeling when I heard like the water runs deep, or people can't hold water in this season of Cancer. You seen what he did. He was drunk, drinking liquid, and started talking, couldn't hold water, started saying crazy stuff, racial slurs, all that stuff. That's what I mean, just talking too much and letting it out. And like I said, spilling, water running deeper, water, and you can't hold water, rather, You've seen how everybody now taking to him, but he's trying to apologize and backtrack, but he can't, because he did and said too much to a degree that was just unacceptable. So this is what I mean. You got to be you're going to be seeing a lot of people coming out saying crazy stuff out their mouth right now, because they're not going to be able to hold water, and the water runs deep. So if people only know how to swim in the shallow part of the pool or the ocean, they're going to drown. Thank you. That's another thing I was hearing. People are going to drown themselves. Thank you, God. I'm glad God reminded me that. People are going to be drowning themselves this season by talking too much and saying too much, thinking that they're in the right, or feeling themselves too much, and they're going to say something that they're going to be mad about, because they're not going to be able to backtrack or get out of that situation. So this is what I mean. And also, not only that, on the main stage, because we already know what happens on the world stage also happens in our personal life. So not only on the world stage with people that's in the spotlight, it's going to be happening on social media sites as well, with people that are influencers and that we look up to, or we just watch and we support the content. Because it's a lot, like I said, the videos imposters, it's a lot. I noticed this on YouTube a lot. It's a lot of people, even though they was doing this before, but it's really at a high rate now. It's a lot of copycats, a lot of people posing, a lot of people, and these people got big channels, followers, but when I watch some of it, I can tell, like, yo, they got this from this person. And even smaller channels like myself and others, I'm watching people that got followings do stuff and watch them. I'm like, yo, I know they watching the content. Like, it's not even a coincidence. Now, don't get me wrong. There's times where we're all on the same wavelength and frequency, where we all channel the same thing. We might talk about the same topics at the same time. So that happens. That happens coincidentally. But This I'm not talking about, because it'd be more than one time. I'm like, all right, that's not a coincidence now. Like, you clearly jacking this person. And this is what I mean in this season. I think people are getting tired of that, and we got to learn from we got to learn to stop doing that. Because if you're inspired by somebody and you admire what somebody's doing, there's nothing wrong with shining the light on that person. There's nothing wrong with saying, hey, I was watching this video from such and such, and they was talking about this, and it made me want to elaborate more on that topic on my channel. There's nothing wrong with that, but give the person their flowers and give the person their praise so other people could go and watch their content. But don't keep on being an imposter and then you taking what they said, or you moving in their mannerism. Like, it's getting that crazy. Like, people not only just taking topics, they doing the mannerisms like people, they dressing like people, they trying to talk like them, sound like them. And that's what I mean by, like, that's getting corny. And this cancer season is really exposing that, really amplifying it to a higher degree, because enough is enough with that. Thank you, God. That's another thing we gotta learn too, to help one another. Everybody was always promoting that we gotta come together, unity and help, but then they doing stuff like that, jacking people's stuff, not showing them love, not even tagging them, or even putting the people on like, y'all got this from here, or I heard this talking point here, y'all check them out, because that's the right way you're supposed to do it. But people are so much in, I gotta be first, I gotta be this, or I want to be the only one in the spotlight, and that causes people to do imposter stuff like that, where they jack your stuff, talk like you, move like you, mannerisms like you, and acting like they really came up with this topic or these ideas on their own, and that's whack. And we got to stop doing that, because if they don't, they're going to get exposed really bad, especially in this season. Because like I said, it's a water sign season, and it's going to be amplified even more, and exposure is going to be at an all-time high, because people are going to be talking too much, thinking they're being slick, talking about stuff, and people are going to start catching on. Like, hold on, I heard this from here. Hold on, I heard this from this person. Or this person always say that. Or this person always dress like that. They're going to start noticing. People are noticing, because if I'm noticing it, I know other people are noticing it. So this is what I mean by people got to chill out with that type of stuff and relax, because that's not cool to take somebody's stuff, jack somebody's stuff, and their hard work, because everybody's trying to build their business up, build their channels up, build their content up, build whatever it is, they gifts, their talents that they're putting out there. Everybody's trying to build their stuff up. So it's such a slap in the face when somebody comes and does that, and then acts like they came up with it, or they don't want to show you no love. And that's why I said we got to learn how to help each other more. If we're going to have unity, we got to help each other more by doing that, by putting the next person on. We got to get out of the insecure thinking of like, if I put this person on, they might take my subscribers, or they might take my followers, or they might take my supporters. And nobody can take anybody's place. As long as you doing what you need to do, nobody can take anybody's place. So people got to get out of that poor mentality and that peasant mindset of doing that, because there's no place for that. There's no reason to do that. What you got to do is say, hey, this is where I got it from. Like, even in some of my videos, I tell y'all, like, hey, y'all was watching this, or y'all was watching that, or I was, or I was on this person's channel, and I let y'all know, because that's what you're supposed to do. And that person might have some content or some information that you may need to hear that I may not be able to provide to you or anybody else except for that person only. So this is what I mean by, because of that, and people see that when they doing that and they jack somebody's stuff, the jealousy and the envy comes out, where they're like, oh, how come I didn't come up with that? Or why I didn't come up with that first? And they don't want to give the person props. They don't want to shine light on them because of those things. And that's what I'm saying by, if people continue to do that, there's not going to be any unity, and there's not going to be any togetherness or helping each other out. Because people always talking about helping each other and nobody's supporting each other, but then they doing stuff like that, which makes people more divided and makes people more not have unity together. So people got to be mindful of that, of being imposters, and also about not giving people their credits and acting like they came up with certain talking points, or the way they dressing, or the mannerisms, or the way they talking, and they know they got that for somebody else. And there's nothing wrong with being inspired by somebody or being influenced by somebody that you like their style, you like their talking points, you like the way they move, you like their mannerisms, but just give the person give the person credit. Even if you don't say their name, at least show love on their content, like the video, comment, yo, this is dope, something. But a lot of people, they hide in the background, act like they're not watching, they're not even aware, and it's clear as day that they jacking this from this person, that person, or whoever it is that they're doing it from. And that's, like I said, that's getting corny and that's getting whacked, and there's no place for that. And that's why I feel like this Cancer moon and the Cancer season is bringing that out more. And like I said, with the Kendrick Lamar thing, he exposed all that stuff in his video yesterday. In Cancer season, it's the reason why he did it in Cancer season, not Gemini season, because it's like I said, the waters run deep. people can't hold water, and the floodgates is opening. Thank you, God. But we all know when the water is coming and it's about to be a hurricane, there's nothing nobody could do. That joint is flooding everything out, and everything is getting messed up, so you better get out the way. So that's why I feel like the energy is bringing on some hurricane. Floodgates is open where if you was talking crazy out your mouth, you saying something you're supposed to mean, or you impersonating, thank you, God, impersonating somebody, people gonna catch on and they're gonna expose you for that, and they're gonna stop rocking with who's doing that. Because yeah, y'all might have got away with that and people seen it before, but they might have just pushed it on the rug. But now people's getting tired of that because there's a shift in the energy, and there's a shift on the planet overall where people want something real. Same with people now wanting real hip hop. As you notice, all the rappers are now putting out projects and everything because people now are on that energy after the battle of, yo, we want something real again. We was getting the microwave stuff for years, the past 10 years and stuff, not just in music, but just in life. Social media, people was doing microwave stuff, gimmicks, all that. People tired of that because there's a lot of stuff going on in the world. People need something real. People need something really that they can feel and they can actually follow and actually look up to. And like I said, there's no place for that because people are looking to be guided and people are looking to be directed to exactly where they need to go. So, just keep that in mind, pay attention to that. And like I said, we need to help each other out and actually put people on and not be afraid of thinking, oh, if I put them on, it's going to take the spotlight on me, or I don't want to help them out and build them up more. Or, it's funny, somebody playing Not Like Us right now. But but that's what I mean. Like, we got to be very mindful of that because there's no place for that. And there's no need to do that. Everybody can eat. I get it. People is competitive. We want the number one spots. We want to be first. We want to be the first one that said it, the first one that did it. Unfortunately, that doesn't happen every time. Sometimes somebody else going to come out with something that you couldn't think of because your brain don't operate like them. You just don't have the makeup that they could come up with that conclusion. It's something that you might come up with that they can't do. And that's perfectly fine. That's why we got to come together and combine the minds. Thank you. Because that's the point. And that's why everybody thinks differently, but we all saying the same things because we're supposed to bring it together to bridge the gap. So just keep that in mind and just keep that in your mindset and just, like I said, just help somebody out. Like, you don't have to always shout them out and stuff like that, but if you are going to use their talking points or you are going to use their style and stuff, different things, at least show love to them. Even if you ain't going to shout them out to your page, but at least show love to them and let them know y'all rock what you're doing. That's the least you could do. That doesn't cost no money. So that's the message. Keep that in mind. And yeah, so peace, blessings, much respect to y'all. I love y'all always. I appreciate the support. Keep doing your thing. Stay goal-oriented. Like I always say, whether we run, whether we jog, whether we sprint, or crawl, because life is that hard. Sometimes you can't run, you can't jog, you can't sprint. Only thing we can do sometimes is crawl to that destination. But like I always say, somehow, some way, we got to make it to our destination someday. So peace, blessings, much respect, much love. I love y'all. I appreciate the support. Keep doing y'all thing. And I'll see y'all in the next topic. Peace.